saying on the other songs.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 495. It's Sunday, April 7th, 2013, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Internet talk radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster. Plus we bring you the finale of Into an Interview with singer-songwriter COURTNEY JAYE.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I thought that a lot of money was not going to different organizations because of the sequestration, but I guess we're okay.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
If you're with NASA, because they're likely going to be funded $105 million for a new mission that, listen to this, oh holler, it's proposed by the Obama administration. Yes, I said oh holler. Isn't it holla? People that follow Islam believe in Allah. Okay, actually, this is going to be an interesting mission with an asteroid.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It was a mission proposed by the Obama administration, so you know that it gave at least one Republican a hemorrhoid.
Mike's.
Sorry, it's such an easy rhyme.
Daily
Maybe not that easy.
Podcast.
Okay, here's what the mission is.
Yeah!
NASA will seek out a 500-ton asteroid near Earth. They actually call those an NEA, a near-Earth asteroid. About 25 feet long, capture it, and drag it into orbit around the moon. NASA will then send astronauts via NASA's upcoming Orion capsule. And, you know, they've been working on that a long time, haven't they? I think I heard about that when I lived in Huntsville, Alabama, where they work on rockets and such. Via NASA's upcoming Orion capsule and Space Launch System rocket, they will send astronauts on those to the asteroid in 2021, or 2021, as it will be called by then, to study the asteroid and grab samples. Oh, look who just walked in.
Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
And if the Disgruntled Fiddle Player tell you
What?
I think this money is being wasted on NASA. It should be used to help pay for our military so that we can bomb people that annoy us.
Are you talking about like Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong what?
The guy in North Korea that's being all aggressive.
Hey, he's friends with Dennis Rodman. Leave him alone.
Okay, look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, what do you think about this asteroid catching device?
I think it's great. We should have one of those here at the last place on Earth.
If we caught asteroids, what would you do with them?
I'd have an asteroid collection.
Oh, really?
Maybe have a pet asteroid.
I see.
An asteroid garden.
Okay, basically anything you can do with a rock, you would do with an asteroid.
I'd eat pop asteroids and drink it with some Coke and die.
Okay, that's where I draw the line, Brewmaster. We don't want you to die. $78 million of the funding will be for NASA to develop the technology for this mission. The goal is for NASA to be able to develop an asteroid-grabbing robotic spacecraft by 2017 and have an asteroid in orbit around the moon by 2019. The other $27 million, that seems like a lot of money. But when they talk about billions of dollars, like for the military and stuff, that seems like pennies. Okay, maybe not pennies. But it's amazingly cheap how they'll be able to do all this, it seems. The other $27 million will be used for discovering the best asteroid for this mission. This mission will also complement NASA's other projects, including the science of mining an asteroid, along with developing ways to deflect one, along with providing a place to develop ways that we can go to Mars, according to slashgear.com.
Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. That is a lot of money. $1 million. I could retire on that.
Brewmaster, what would we do if we were retired?
I would buy you a horse.
But not a real horse, because that's cruel.
Was that a Bare Naked Ladies song? I might be the only one who's ever heard it.
Ain't that Canadian band? No, I'd buy you a horse, Benita. I'd buy you a saddle to ride on the horse with, too.
Thanks, Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
Wait a minute. Doesn't Benita have Nilly, the horse Nilly? She's had Nilly for a while, right?
Mike, Nilly hasn't been with us for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have been more sensitive about that. Sorry, Benita.
That's okay. Nellie's still in my heart, where she'll always be.
And she's also in some of the glue that's holding this coffee cup together. Hey, look what you did, Benita.
I don't like your insensitive horse joke.
Sorry.
We gotta go, Mike. Bye, Seabiscuit made me cry.
Yes, horses are beautiful animals.
Mike, whenever you and I are standing here alone together in the last place on Earth, I never know what to say.
Well, we're never alone. You know, there's all these people here at the last place on Earth. And the people listening, they're here at the last place on Earth by listening. So it's great. We're never alone, Brewmaster. Thank God I'm never alone with the Brewmaster.
Mike, what was that?
What? I was just thinking to myself.
No, but I heard it. Everybody heard it.
Yeah, right. So if you think this catching an asteroid mission is bonkers, or do you like the idea? Or do you think that horses are the most beautiful animals on the planet? Or do they kind of scare you the way they stare at you and breathe really like a dragon? Does that frighten you? My dog sounds like that, so I'm used to it. You can email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor the show, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We also have the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Go there, where we have links to, where you can listen to this show. We have podcast players for you to listen to this show, as well as the link to YouTube and Twitter, Facebook, Yelp, where you can find us all in those places. And the link to where to find us in iTunes. You can listen to the show in iTunes. They have such a great big podcast library there. And we are in it. We have a link to where you can find us in iTunes. Just go to mikesdailypodcast.com. And if you do go to iTunes and listen to us there, please subscribe to us there and rate this show and comment on the show there. I think we've only got 2 comments right now. More comments will help more people find out about this show, as they should, as we would like them to, as we are just full of empty hope. We also have at mikesdailypodcast.com the blog and the daily podcast picture. Find it all at mikesdailypodcast.com. So I'm about to play you the finale of my Into An interview with COURTNEY JAYE. Now, I want to say that this was recorded on Friday, and it was before I went to see her perform at the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco, at the Palace of Fine Arts Theater, which I did not even know the Palace of Fine Arts had a theater. But it has a theater, and it's a beautiful theater. For some reason, it reminded me of the Grand Ole Opry, not the original Ryman Auditorium one, but the one that's at the Opryland Hotel area of Nashville, which is interesting because COURTNEY JAYE is from Nashville. But it was interesting because she was not playing by herself. She was actually the backup singer and the duet partner for a guy named Stephen Lynch. I had never heard of him before, but he has been on terrestrial radio stations. He's been on YouTube. I guess he may have had a TV special. I've missed all of that. And I was introduced to him on Friday night. The guy is hilarious. He uses mother a little too much. The most I've ever heard a white guy use that expression. He is very... his comedy is mined from some bizarre places. And he goes to very uncomfortable, uncouth, crass areas and somehow still seems to be like a little kid. And actually, he's quite a good musician on the guitar. He plays the acoustic guitar on stage. He's accompanied by a guy named Charlie. He plays the mandolin. And then there's another guy who sometimes plays piano and sings with him as well. They all banter back and forth, and they're hilarious. And it has this improvisational feel that it just blew my mind how funny they were, and quick and witty. If you can find it on YouTube, there is a duet that Stephen Lynch does with COURTNEY JAYE called The Night I Laid You Down. I think that's the name of it. And they start off the song sort of romantic. It's got the nice acoustic guitar sound in the background. They're singing and harmonizing very beautifully. And then it turns into an argument a la Oh, yes, I remember it well. What was that old song? That old novelty song? It turns into one of those where they're arguing over if they were listening to a Phil Collins song, or was it Peter Gabriel, or was it Genesis or Mike and the Mechanics, which I find hilarious because I'm kind of a fan of all of those, all of the above. I've got their CDs all over here in the CD rack at the last place on earth. So look that up on YouTube. But this interview is all about Courtney Jaye, although we dip a little bit into Stephen Lynch territory, and I plead complete ignorance because I really didn't know him at the point that we were recording the interview. And she looked hot on stage. She had her black dress on, and she had braids and ponytail going on. Looked like a little country girl from what I could see. And actually, I was sitting in the back, but even the back seats of the Palace of Fine Arts Theater are fantastic. Here's the finale of our interview.
Into an interview.
We're talking to Courtney Jaye. Her album is called Love and Forgiveness on Tropicali Records. And Courtney is amazing. I've mentioned in yesterday's part about how beautiful she is. She's on the internet. I found pictures of her, and I'm stammering away because I can't believe I'm talking to such a beautiful Courtney Jaye. Here we are.
Oh, you're sweet.
And you've worked with so many musicians and bands and different people. What is it you enjoy most about collaborating?
It's just all a process for me. I really enjoy, getting together with someone, and I always think that two brains are better than one in terms of when it comes to creative process, because I know sometimes I can really get into my own head, and it's just nice to have somebody that's around going, we don't need to make this difficult. Mm-hmm. And vice versa, So yeah, it's been a kind of like a journey for me. I feel like I've been in school for years, and I'm continuously learning about the craft, and it's a whole new, every year it just kind of gets more fun to do, and it's just something that I feed off of.
But when did you first start songwriting?
I started writing songs when I was like 11.
Oh, wow.
But they were funny. And then I started when I was about 16. And then I don't think I started writing good songs till I was in my decent songs until I was in my early to mid 20s.
Wow. And so it's changed over the years, songwriting for you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Has it become more difficult or easier?
No, it's easier. I think it's easier. Yeah, there's more knowledge. I've been to school for years now.
Yeah.
I feel like so yeah, it's definitely I think easier.
And your debut album came out in 2005. I actually have a copy of that somewhere. I haven't been able to find it yet, but it's somewhere in my CD collection.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm going to go diving back in there and try and find it. But now,
Perfect.
Your latest is called Love and Forgiveness on Tropicali Records, and the song Say Oh Say, we were talking about that on yesterday's podcast about the video for that. And tell me a little bit about this song.
Say Oh Say is actually, it was the last song to get written for the record. And Thad Cockrell and I had started writing that song in 2008. And we had the melody, the verse and the chorus melody. And and so for years I would listen to this work tape we had where there was no lyrics, but there were vowel sounds that I was singing. And sometimes that's not a good thing as a songwriter to kind of continuously listen on a loop for years at a time to something, because then you get dead set on feeling like you need to word the song with those sounds.
Oh.